And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Fatman and Robyn podcast. My name is Marcus Stevens, represented as the Fatman.
I'm Robyn. Yay!
That time I'm broke. The last time my shoulder cracked. All right, so this week on the Fatman and Robyn podcast, I want to talk about remakes, reboots, the R word in Hollywood that seems to be just everybody put into their movies nowadays. Now, Marcus, why would you want to talk about that? Well, because something just happened in the news for us this week, at the time of recording, that brought it back out. So, if you've probably been reading on the webs, there is going to be a remake in the set, and it's in motion right now. Like every other movie, just like 50% are remakes.
Yeah.
Will Smith and
80%.
Kevin Hart, 80%. Will Smith and Kevin Hart, two great Philadelphians, are going to be coming together for the first time ever for a movie.
I think so, yeah.
A comedy movie. They're remaking the 1987 classic with Steve Martin and John Candy. If you don't know who John Candy is, he was the Polka King in Home Alone 1.
Nice.
Which is another John Hughes produced movie. He directed this movie, which is called Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It is heralded as a classic movie for that era, and a comedy movie in all time. So why not give two great men of comedy together? And
Who just so happen to be black, which I'm sure has nothing to do with anything.
I think that's who's writing the script is Aisha Kerr. She does Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, okay. What's her name?
Aisha
Last name?
Carr. Maybe it's Carr.
Okay.
But she's gonna be writing the.
I thought you were about to say Aisha Curry.
No,
Say,
I will not.
really?
I'm not be watching it. I'm joking. I like Mr. and Mrs. Curry. But that brought about this. It's just like every time I hear about a new movie being announced,
Yeah.
it's a remake,
Yeah.
or
Absolutely.
it's a reboot, or it's something based on a book. And it's like, does anybody have an original idea anymore?
Hold on. Because even the original movies are based off of something.
What was Get Out based off of?
Life experiences.
Okay. Yeah.
Us was based off of something. I forgot about Get Out. I was
I
thinking
don't
about
know
us.
how you forget about this.
Not like I
movie.
forgot. I knew you were going to say Jordan Peele. I was
Okay.
just thinking about Us because that was based or inspired by that one Twilight Zone episode or something.
Well, most of the stuff is inspired by Twilight Zone.
And what I'm trying to say is that all the great original movies were based off of something or inspired by something.
What was Back to the Future inspired off of?
Original book?
The Mask? I don't know. You tell me. You got all the answers now. See.
I don't have all the answers. I'm just saying. These things are, no one really has an original idea. You're right. They haven't had original ideas for a very long time.
So why do you think remakes right now are like, seriously, in the 2000s, late 2000s, 2010s, it seems like everything is coming back from like the 80s and the 90s, or even the 70s, So why do you think that is right now going on a lot?
If I could piggyback off of the philosopher SpongeBob SquarePants, nostalgia.
Don't you ever do that again.
That's probably
Imagination. 100% agree, especially with the kids' movies and stuff.
Yes.
All the Disney remakes that they're doing.
Oh, just a quick, and you know what? It's a money thing. I feel like people don't really care about the art that much anymore, except for someone like a Jordan Peele or what's that girl's name? Lena White, or just like even like small time, movies, small budget movies. Like I feel like they care more about the craft, whereas these big studios are just like, no, gimme.
Well, you gotta look at the box office for 2019, the highest box office year of all time. 2015 was it? 2015 I think had $4 billion movies.
Okay.
2019, $9 billion movies
By
year alone.
huge companies.
Yeah, mostly Disney. Let's be real. I think Disney had at least 5 of the 9. It's crazy.
I'm sorry, what were the others?
Joker did make $1 billion.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you the other one that was not outside of. I can't even remember the 2019 movies except for Disney movies because all I can think about is Endgame, Captain Marvel, Aladdin, Frozen 2, Toy Story 4.
Wow, I completely forgot about Frozen 2.
Spider-Man: Homecoming is attributed to Sony because Sony released it. Joker, and there's 2 others that made $1 billion in 2019.
That's great though.
So it's scary.
Why is it scary though?
Star Wars, Disney as well. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Episode 9. I can't think of the last one now, but it's because, well, first of all, most of those movies is under one conglomerate.
Yeah.
And even like a portion of Spider-Man is under another Mickey as well.
How is it that Apple is worth $2 trillion?
I read that today.
And Disney is not, or are they just being modest? Like, are they?
I think it's because is Disney based in USA? Like, is the main office in USA?
I want to say, of course, duh.
I don't know. Maybe they're not.
Or, yeah.
I'll look it up later because they said Apple was the first $2 trillion in the U.S. based off.
And they were the first to hit $1 trillion as well.
I don't know. Maybe.
They were the first. I remember because when you sent me the thing said that they were the first to hit $2 trillion, and I literally remember they were the first to hit $1 trillion, and I don't understand how Apple is $1 trillion, Amazon, Google, Disney is not.
I guess it is. Maybe I don't know because sometimes you do lose money. Maybe Apple's having better financial quarters where they're making money. I don't know. I had to look it up.
You almost sounded smart there, baby. Financial quarters. Hi.
Seriously, I mean that's because we talk about things in the pandemic. I think Amazon definitely increased their
right.
And even like surprisingly, even though the ratings are in the toilet, Vince McMahon has made a lot of money in the last financial quarter.
That's because he hasn't stopped.
And it's scary because he fired 50 people.
That's what it is. All that money he gets to keep.
Now they're spending a lot of money to make the Thunderdome. Jesus Christ.
Oh, they're building it?
They're not building it. So WWE is going to be set up inside the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida. So they're going to run shows from there starting this Friday until October. They got it locked down to October.
Wow. So giving them business basically.
No fans. They spent like $450,000 apparently to the city of the state of Florida. Excuse me.
That's it. $450,000.
Well, because they still. It's also I think an addendum is. Because WrestleMania was supposed to be there this year to bring money into the city. I think the addendum is we'll use this a little bit amount of money, and we'll bring WrestleMania the next year after like 30 days. Hoping fans come back to bring money into the city. So it's going to be a fans only experience. They're going to have LED boards across the thing.
Kind of like the NBA.
That's where they got the idea, and MLB, and sign-ups are going on now. So it's going to be a big thing. Back to remakes. So, yeah, you said nostalgia, and I think it definitely is. A lot of remakes do that. Disney in general, Aladdin, or I got a list. Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, Mulan. Lilo and Stitch is going to probably get in the treatment.
I'm really excited about that.
Not 100% on board just yet. I don't know how to feel. If it's live action, it's going to be a little strange. Isn't that what they said? That's the point of it, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be a little bit strange. I have to see who they got in place as well.
Well, they're probably going to get a no-name to play Lilo, because how many mainstream actors and actresses come from Hawaii, except for the girl who played Moana, but she's older. She'll probably play the older sister.
There you go. That's her. Good job for her. But it's just like nostalgia is one thing, and it's also a lot of people do remakes because they're bringing like things that are from the past into the future.
Right.
Like that's why you always see a lot of these remakes I have on my list are horror movies. Because you guys horror movies.
Oh,
because you have to scare a new generation.
Ooh, you got to scare Gen Z, which apparently isn't that hard to do. Or
who knows?
I've been watching a lot of TikTok compilations about Gen Z.
Here we go.
To try and understand the generation coming up behind us, baby. And apparently,
for research, baby.
Apparently, they're like afraid to like correct someone. For example, if they go to Wendy's and they order a cheeseburger and they get a bacon cheeseburger, they're scared to like correct them, But they'll go out there and they'll harass the crap out of the cops during a riot. That's like one of their things,
It's one of their things.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of other stuff too, but that's like one of their main things because with BLM, with the movement and everything like that. It was them. It was the crazy kids out there.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Someone stole a horse, a police horse.
Don't know how it has any range on.
They're tackling cops.
Doesn't support it. It's all.
Anyway,
that's a whole nother talk for another day.
But yeah, that's like their thing. They're like, yeah, we can steal police horses and tackle cops and take the gas can and throw it back at them. But if you give me iced coffee and I ask for a regular coffee, I ain't gonna say nothing. What is that?
That is really strange. They have to be conversational about that.
Right. That's what I was looking for. Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, it makes me make a horror movie about like taking away to TikTok or Snapchat or something like that. I'm pretty sure that would be pretty big. But yeah, remakes are just about every freaking where. And like I said, I have a list of some that have already come out and some that are coming out soon that you may not know of. But so let's read them off. Okay. So of course we know about Aladdin. Aladdin came out last year, and that's a successful reboot or remake, excuse me, because they're both apparently remake and reboots are different terms. It's like a fine line.
I get it.
Do you know the difference?
Okay, so a remake.
Try. Okay.
A remake is like what Disney's doing, just like not really changing. That's like Lion King and Lion King remake.
Yeah.
Reboot would be hold on.
You got remake correct.
Okay. I feel like I'm trying to. Okay. A reboot would be like the Fresh Prince, what they're doing. Did you hear about that?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Did we not talk about that on the podcast yet?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, we talked about Will Jada and Entanglement.
Got it. So let's talk about that as well. But yeah, so you just brought it up. Thank you. That's exactly what a reboot is.
Okay.
It's changing everything about it into something to a different direction.
But it still has like
the same characters, maybe not the same basis,
same idea.
It's going instead of going left, it's going right.
Sure.
So Fresh Prince, again, which I freaking called on our podcast. I said if there was a perfect time to do it, it was to do it now because Will Smith's in the news. Did I not say that? Robyn, did I not say that? Robyn, say it. I want you to say it.
Something you said recently.
So they're rebooting Fresh Prince, but instead of it being a situational sitcom because those aren't in right now. It's not the 80s.
They're always in. I'm sorry. I love sitcoms.
I love sitcoms a lot, but it's not the hype happening genre. So we're making it now a drama based show.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know if you saw the guy who's helping with it did the Fresh Prince music video like last year. It got really big traction. Some YouTuber had did like a Fresh Prince kind of esque like music video, and Will Smith saw it, was really liked it.
It wasn't a music video; it was a trailer, like a fan-made trailer.
Yes. So he's actually helping with producing. So good on you, brother. I'm really happy. I'm really excited. I'm happy to see it.
It's kind of like with Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like they just put that trailer up on YouTube. And was like, let's see what happened, and everyone was like,
yeah,
yes, please.
So
take my wallet, take my kidney. Make this.
So I'm not sure who started it. They really just announced it like last month, and just everything's probably in the preliminary stages. Of course, we're still going through COVID, and a lot of movies are slowly but surely starting their productions and stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing at least a trailer or like imagery or definitely casting is going to be a big deal. A big thing for me. Is
no
it going to be
no Jaden.
Let's not put that prayer out there. I'm not sure if it's going to be a drama. I don't want Stay away. I want somebody fresh, and if it's going to be a reboot, if it's going to be a reboot, then I guess maybe Will doesn't exist. I don't know. I'm not sure how it's going to work.
I think his name's still going to be Will. He's still going to come from Philadelphia. I hope.
Who knows?
Oh man.
Who knows? I'm really intrigued. Of all the things that are coming out, that has been my most interest because again, Fresh Prince is so entitled in me. Like, that's my favorite sitcom. Mm-hmm. So you gotta do it justice. But again,
I don't know how I feel about this now.
I'm intrigued. That's the word. I'm not excited because again, I really don't think you need to do it, but I knew it was coming.
What's the difference between intrigued and interested?
Intrigued is like I'm really like I'm really into it. Interested is like I'm excited. I feel like when I'm talking about interested in it, like I'm really like, oh yes, let's do it. Mm-hmm. But intrigued is just like it makes me question a lot of things. Mm-hmm. It made me question.
I'm curious. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, forget it. I'm curious.
And it just happens to be the 30-year anniversary of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
It is 1990.
Next month. So weird that they would announce a reboot in a year.
That's so crazy.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, both had. Beauty and the Beast is another one, another Disney one. I think that Beauty and the Beast was like the reason why we have Aladdin and Lion King
it was recepted really well.
$1 billion.
Oh, really?
$1 billion movie. So definitely recepted well. Black Christmas was a horror movie in the 1970s, and this happens to be one of the ones on my list that got 2 freaking remakes in the last 13 years. 2006, and then last year it came out as a remake.
I remember the one last year. I didn't see it, but I remember you talking about it.
Yeah, the one came out in 2006. It starred Mary Elizabeth Winstead, a couple other females who were prominent during that era, teen stars, slasher film. So, I don't think either one was needed, but because the original 1974 version had such a good twist in it that all the phone calls. I don't know if you watched Black Christmas or have you heard of it. All right, so the killer is stalking these girls on Christmas Day, and the girl finds out, she's calling the cops saying, "Oh, where's the killer at?" And the calls are coming from the house. So that was a big twist in 1974. So I think that was standalone. They should have kept it there.
Oh, hold on, I have a question. Because what about when a stranger calls? Those calls were coming from in the house, but isn't that a remake as well?
That's on my list as well.
Oh, sorry.
But I don't know if the original was like that either. But I remember it being a big thing for the time because that was a list of plot twists.
Okay.
Cabin Fever, which was the Eli Roth directed movie, that had a remake in 2015, 16.
Cabin Fever.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna, like I said, as I read this list, you're gonna see a lot of these are horror movies because again, you got to put it out to a different generation.
Right. I've heard of Cabin Fever. I just didn't know that. I don't know what I thought. I don't know if I thought it was a remake or I don't know. I heard of it before.
Okay. Carrie is another one that had two remakes within like 2 different years. Like I think the first one was in 2002, and then the next one was in like 14 to 12, 14, something like that. Maybe 13, 11 years. 02, 11, yeah. Okay. 2013. Child's Play just had this remake last year, which I really enjoyed, but that's another one.
I'm still a sucker for the it's his voice, the original Chucky guy. What's his name?
Brad something. Brad Dourif. It begins with a D.
Okay, I love his voice.
And you know his daughter is in the Child Play movies. The
newer ones.
Curse and Cult of Chucky. She's the redhead.
Oh really? Oh, shut up.
Yeah. So
okay.
Keep it in the business. Death Wish came out, I think 2018. That was the Bruce Willis movie. Yeah. That was a remake of another movie. I don't know when it came out.
Wasn't that kind of funny?
Death Wish?
No,
I think it's a serious action thriller.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like there was some kind of action movie with him in the past couple of years where he's killing people like revenge, but it was kind of funny.
Red?
No, not Red.
Okay.
I love Red. I just watched that 2 nights ago. Two nights ago. Love that movie.
I think Death Wish is a serious movie though. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I know. Right. Basically, most of the George A. Romero horror movies, like Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Planet of the Dead.
I'm sorry. My back is itching like it's nobody's business.
Go ahead and scratch your back.
I can't reach it. That's what I've been trying.
Where's it at? Pause for the podcast.
It's above the bra. No. It can't. Down. Get in there. Over here a little bit. Right there. Harder. Down a little bit. It's traveling. Over this way. Thank you.
You got it?
Yeah.
That's what we do here on the Fatman Around podcast.
Appreciate it.
We do scratching. We're not cutting that out either. So yeah, most of the George A. Romero's movies have been remade in some way, shape, or form because again, the king of zombie movies. Yeah. So I mean, why not try to?
They're coming for you, Barbara.
You gotta somehow get that same energy for a different generation. So I'm pretty sure in the 2020s we're gonna have another
crazy zombie movies.
George A. Romero remade.
Oh, okay.
Rebooted zombie movie. Dracula has been remade and
Dude,
rebooted.
TV show.
Yeah. But like Bram Stoker, Dracula Untold.
They remade Bram's Dracula to a few years ago.
Oh, sorry. Mm-hmm. So that's another thing. Dumbo, one of the least successful Disney reboots, but it's not like it's that bad. It's still like made like 4 or 5 mil.
Oh, is that all?
So not that big of a deal, but
that's couch change for the mouse.
It's there you go, buddy. Oh. New remake coming out soon is Dune. I don't know if you heard of it, but it's a 1980s movie. It's getting a reboot feature. It's supposed to come out this year, but
I've heard of Dune. Dune, right?
Yep. It's going to star famous actor Dave Bautista. He's going to be in it. One of my favorite horror movie remakes was Evil Dead. got the remake treatment in 2013. Really gory, really graphic horror movie that came out.
I feel like I remember that. That's with the Ash guy, right? But not the newer ones.
He makes an appearance in the post credit scene.
Of course.
Because they were talking about they were going to do a he's going to be in the next one, but that was a long time ago. I don't know if that's still.
He has such a huge cult following.
Yeah, because Evil Dead is one of the biggest like cult series of all time. So, yeah, that's Evil Dead. I never seen like the older ones. I've seen bits and pieces, but the new one was very good. One of my favorite horror movies of this.
Like really graphic and
really graphic. How like my gets. Obviously, it's demonic because it's dealing with the Book of the Dead and everything. But it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Flatliners had its remake in 2017. Ellen Page,
Nina Dobrev,
Kirstie Simon, is that her name? She light skinned black
girl.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking. I know her face. I don't know her name.
It's Vince with a K.
She was gonna be in Flash, right? That was her. She was gonna be Iris.
Maybe.
Wasn't that her?
Yes,
okay.
That's her. I hope I got it right. If not, I'm sorry.
And something Luna, Diego Luna.
Yeah, maybe.
I love him.
I don't know any of the guys in that movie. It's like he got that guy, Diego. Duh. Freaky Friday has 3 different versions since 1995.
So many. Only 3. I feel like there's more.
There's only 3.
All right, so there's the original with Jodie Foster.
95.
Lindsay Lohan, Jamie Lee Curtis, great.
2003.
There was one that came out a couple years ago, right?
2018, Disney Channel.
And that's it?
Freaky Friday. So far.
We
got
give it another 8 years.
There was 15 years in between the 03 version and 18 version. So I'll also give 10 years so they could do a Disney Plus version. The Man Who Cannot Die, Friday 13th, continues to get reboots. Obviously, we knew that the 2009 version was supposed to be a reboot, and then it's been dormant since for 11 years. But
really? Nothing?
No, I mean, there's always been rumblings. Like I told you before, they were supposed to release a found footage Friday 13th movie. Okay. It was 1 October. I'm glad they didn't do that. I would have been so found footage movies. So let's talk about that. No. I'm going to. One of my favorite subgenres of horror movies. Oh, there was a really good found footage horror movie just came out on Shudder called Host, and it played off of the pandemic. So it's these friends, they were watching a horror movie. They were having a get together through a Zoom call, and they were doing a seance. And then of course things go crazy from there.
The movie was, or they were?
They were, but it was like they couldn't be together because everybody's on lockdown, and it so good, and it used the Zoom call 40 minute length in a great way in the ending, and it was just a great movie. And it's only 59 minutes because
I'm about to say 59
because Zoom call is only 40. You get 40 minutes on. There's 3 more people. Okay. So it's like the first 10 minutes it's just 2 people. It's such a great movie. It's really good. But Friday 13th, that's why I think found footage movies are fantastic. Well, hit or miss. They all end the same with a jump scare. It's like the lasting thing. Everyone ends with one. But
cue the jump scare.
But like Searching is a found footage kind of movie, and that's like the apex for me, like the best one
ever.
Found footage right now. It's so. Have you seen it from some friends?
I was watching it with you that one time, but I think I had to leave.
Yeah, but you watch it by yourself.
No.
It's a great movie. You should.
I know what happened. I know the ending.
Okay.
So you told me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Such a great movie. But Friday 13th is time for another. It's been a while.
I can do another Friday 13th. What about Freddy?
He's on my list, but he's another one. It's just
he's one of my favorites.
It's timing, and I guess I think like I said before, horror movies are getting a resurgence thanks to Halloween, Child's Play, Jordan Peele. So it's like
just Jordan Peele
because his movies in general. Because again,
they're great.
Twilight. So he's Twilight's on CBS Access and Lovecraft Country, and then his new horror movie with Issa Rae, which is great. It's great melting pot of 2 black stars who are prominent right now together.
Are they starring or are they like writing?
Jordan Peele's writing. Issa Rae's going to star.
Her name is Issa.
Issa Rae.
Issa. Don't do that. Issa. Thank you.
So yeah, Friday 13th, it is time. Somebody needs to do something with it. I was reading something about LeBron James's his company had got the rights to do it.
He's got a company?
Yeah, well, he's doing Looney Tunes. Space Jam 2. The New Legacy or something like that.
That thing that's supposed to come out, 15 years ago?
It's supposed to come out. It's coming out July 15th, 2021. Baby.
2021, and they've been talking about this movie for I swear the past 10 years.
Well, it's a thing now. You know, we got Ryan Coogler, the guy who directed Black Panther. Coogler, whatever, directed Black Panther. So I hope Michael B. Jordan's in there somehow. Because they're best friends or whatever. You know, he's been in a lot of his directed movies.
Yeah, he has.
So I hope he makes it.
There's another. I swear there's another one that just came out or is about to come out with Ryan. Yeah, Ryan and Michael B. Jordan.
No, they're great together.
They are.
So yeah, it's time for another Friday 13th movie to come out. It's about time. Ghostbusters, of course, had its remake with the all female version, which got good reviews, but it was it was a box office bomb. Unfortunately, I think.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I have this list.
What is this list?
I have this list where there's nothing good about the movie except for the soundtrack. That's one of those movies.
Have you seen the movie?
Yeah, I saw it.
I haven't seen it. Now, I have to be first say I have never seen a Ghostbusters movie from start to finish. I've seen bits and pieces.
Even the originals?
Bits and pieces. Have not seen it from start to finish.
Oh my god!
And now I just...
Put it on the list.
Okay, well that's easy. It's only 2 movies.
It's only 2? I thought it was more than that.
Well, the third one, Ghostbusters Afterlife, was supposed to release on July 15th of this year. Got pushed back to March. And that's going to be a sequel to the second one.
Okay.
My man, Finn Wolfhard, is going to be in the movie.
I like his name.
Love Your Name.
Yeah.
So Ghostbusters, unfortunately, was not a successful remake, and they just said, let's continue the series. And it's going to have all the old people in it, and the kids as well. So
nothing good about that movie except for the soundtrack.
I gotta see it. Is it that bad?
It just... I feel like they're trying too hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just saying, because I had a good cast, too.
Yeah.
Kristen Wiig.
I think if... Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy are amazing. Together, they're amazing. And Kate McKenna, she's good. I just felt like...
And Leslie Jones, Leslie Jones?
Leslie Jones is fine, too. Every one of them is fine in their own right.
Okay.
I just feel like putting them together in that movie under the direction of the director...
Didn't work.
No, and I feel like Kate McKenna especially, like, her character really irked the living crap out of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta watch the series. Halloween, of course, had a remake.
Yes.
Now I'm not talking about the newer ones, which were a sequel. The Halloweens, the one that just came out in 2017, Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. They're all continuations of Halloween
number 1.
I'm talking about the Rob Zombie one. This is that's a remake.
Again, that first one.
Kudos.
Was it? I thought you didn't like the first one.
No. I love the first Rob Zombie Halloween.
I'm sorry, let me be more specific. I thought you didn't care about how young, like, they fleshed out his childhood.
No, I was on board. I just prefer...
Who did I talk to who said that they didn't care for that?
I don't know, but I like the
movie. They're dumb, whoever said that.
I like the movie, I just prefer the 2017 version.
Oh, no, of course, yeah. But I love how they fleshed out his childhood.
Perfect. I liked it.
I thought that was amazing.
But he just ruined it too. So.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking.
They were like, okay, they probably said, you did such a good job, we're good.
We're not going to breathe down your neck.
That's what I'm assuming. I had no... Mr. Rob Zombie, I love your horror movies. They are really just House of Thousand Corpses and... crap. The other
Salem?
One... No, not that. I don't like that one. The sequel to House of Thousand Corpses, I really enjoyed.
So. Did he do Devil's Reject?
That's what it's called. Thank you. Yes. I like both of those.
Okay.
The Hills Have Eyes had a sequel. Remake in 2006 or 5, which I liked. I Spit in Your Grave. The rape revenge movies, which is actually it's also a subtitle, a subcategory of movies. If you didn't know.
A subgenre?
Yes.
Okay.
Subcategory.
I know. I just.
Okay. Thank you.
I was confused for a second.
I enjoy the newer I Spit in Your Grave. I like those kind of movies anyway. The revenge part, I want to make sure it's clear because they always have to do demented ways to kill them because they're hurt.
Because
they're hurt. Lion King,
raped?
Yes.
Okay.
And psychologically abused as well. That's why I'm leaving. The Lion King, of course, got a remake last year.
I'm sorry. I Spit on Your Grave. The Lion King.
It's alphabetical order. I can't help it that they're together in time like that. So Lion King, of course, a successful Disney remake.
Yeah.
Excuse me. 1.5 billion. Thank you, Beyonce.
Yeah. That's all it was. And then everybody had the nerve to be like, she wasn't even that good. Dude, it was a voice. She did a voice.
I hate when people say, you can tell her acting.
She wasn't even...
Shut up.
She spoke whole thing. What do you
Jesus.
mean?
I didn't feel the emotion.
I'm not even the biggest Beyonce fan like that, and everyone was coming at her.
Y'all know lions can't talk.
Right. Like,
People will be picky about the littlest thing. Like, you gotta suspend your disbelief just a little
they're
bit.
like, everyone know Beyonce can't act. Act what?
She's talking.
Yeah.
Great movie. I love the remake as well.
Maybe it was like the depth of her voice or something. I don't know.
Stop it. Y'all just fishing.
Just nitpicking for no reason.
We talked about in the last episode. My Bloody Valentine was a remake. Excuse me. That was actually a 3D remake. Ooh, because 3D was a big thing in the 2010s.
3D has been, I feel like from the 80s to the 20s.
It's just been going up and down.
Especially because I remember watching that one Friday the 13th movie. I think you walked in on it and you were like, was this supposed to be 3D?
Because you could tell it's like...
it came straight at you. I was so annoyed.
I love 3D movies when they do that. They don't. When you watch them on regular TV, they don't.
It's like they're not thinking about the future when it's out of theaters and you don't.
Well, 3D TVs were a thing in the 20s.
I was literally about to say, remember that moment in time for like those 3 days when 3D TVs was all the rage? Remember that moment in time for 3 days when touchscreen TVs was all the rage?
That should come out. Maybe one day.
Maybe.
Is that down for it?
Maybe.
Another horror icon who deserves a second chance. Nightmare on Elm Street. It's time for a new Freddy movie.
Let's go. I love Freddy.
I actually was a fan of the last one. Jackie Haley. What version? I don't know his name.
I don't. You're there though.
Jackie something. It's Jackie E.H. That's.
Okay.
I liked his version of it, but again, I think it was critically panned and didn't make a lot of money, so they just said forget it. But again, if any time was to remake horror movies, it's right freaking now.
I
on
am.
The gravy train.
I'm down for Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't care who it is. I don't care. I love.
It's important to who Freddy is, though.
It is. I was going to get there. Who do you think would be a good actor?
That's really.
They have to be able to be scary, but like kind of funny. Because Freddy was like kind of funny.
It has to be a little older kind of guy, like not like mid, like
right. Yeah, like in their
range.
40s maybe.
I can't think of anybody.
Right, Robert Englund did such a good job. Love him. I love his face.
And even when they showed Jackie, I was on board because I was like, all right, he's. I feel like he can play the role, but it's like, I can't think of any older white guy right now on the top of my head that would be like, you know what?
Why is he gotta be white?
Make black because Candyman is already black, so. But this is on my list as well. Gotta give equal opportunity, right?
Oh my god, that movie's supposed to come out this year.
September, I think. It's still coming out.
Coming out where? Because I ain't paying no $30 for rent.
No, theaters. Because New Mutants will be finally coming out next week. Excuse me. At the time of this recording, August 28th. Mm-hmm. I'm so excited.
How about
this? I was just thinking about this. What if New Mutants actually turns a profit for Disney because it's like their first big movie in theaters. They've been promoting the hell out of it during basketball.
Really?
I see a commercial every game. Every other commercial break. Uh-oh. Conspiracy theory. Let's go. What is it?
They saw the huge poop stain that Phoenix was, X-Men Rise of the Phoenix was. So they was like, all right, what can we do? All right, we're going to drop this little teeny tiny virus, right?
So Disney, Mickey Mouse is the proprietor. That would make a lot of sense.
Master plan.
And you charge $30 for Mulan.
Everybody's got to stay inside for months, for their whole summer. And nobody can go to work. They can't do this, can't do that. So what do? When the movie theaters finally open up, dirt cheap, why don't we put that New Mutants movie in that everyone thinks is going to suck so bad? Which it may not,
I really do think it's going to make money for them now. Because it is like the first, I don't want to say blockbuster, but it is a big movie and it's superheroes.
And that was the plan.
And people have been out of the theater for so long. So I just want to make at least $100 million.
I'm good at this. I'm good at figuring out.
I don't agree Disney started it because Mickey, I know how powerful you are, sir, and you can buy us in a heartbeat. No problem, Mr. Mouse. Mr. Mouse. So yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street, definitely. I think it's time for a remake. Somebody do something with it, please. It's too good of a series to not get a second chance,
absolutely,
third chance, whatever.
Just like Freddy Krueger, his character is so amazing. Yeah. You got to do something with it.
And people who love sleep so much, like it makes people scared of sleeping. So Especially this generation, right?
Shut up.
Pet Sematary got a remake last year, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was very.
Cute.
When Robyn says it's cute, she doesn't want to really talk about it.
No, it was cute. It was nice.
I enjoyed it. I liked the movie.
So did I.
Planet of the Apes got a remake.
Did it ever?
That Ape series always gets some type of remake, right? The Ape series has gotten so many different like remakes and like reboots, stuff like that. So
well, I mean, just two technically. You have the original with Charles. What's his name? Charleston Hughes. What's his name? I don't know his name.
Actor.
But the dude who played Moses in the Ten Commandments. Yeah.
Don't know his name.
I think it's Charleston Hughes or something. Charleston Hughes. That dude also did Planet of the Apes. And then they got the remake with Mark Wahlberg, and then the new remake trilogy. You know, with all them people.
It was really good.
I fell asleep on the last one.
The last one. Okay. Point Break, which they remade a few years ago.
Love Point Break. Keanu. Love it, dude. Keanu and Patrick Swayze.
Oh, you were having that day. Huh?
Yes. So good.
Psycho, which we talked about last podcast, which I don't think they needed to do.
What if they were to remake that? Like,
breaking
news.
I was just thinking about that because it's been 60 years now.
That would be breaking news. I feel like
that's gonna
CNN news.
Whoever had the chance to remake Psycho, good effing
under
luck.
a magnifying glass.
Good effing luck. That's so hard. That's one of those ones that that's like they try to remake Godfather.
Ooh.
It's not who want that
Why
responsibility.
would you tackle that?
Who want that responsibility?
Well, I feel like no. What's his name? Scorsese. He could do it.
Yeah, for a 5-hour movie. He already did it. It's called The Irishman. Yeah, Scorsese. The Ring was a remake of the Japanese version.
Rangu.
That or you can use The Grudge. They're all remakes of a lot. The Grudge or
The Grudge
or The Eye. They're all Japanese or Korean based horror movies.
What's The Eye?
It's a movie with Jessica Alba. She had to get eyes.
Oh yeah, that was a remake.
It was a Japanese movie.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Korean, so it's one of those. I don't mean to be offensive. It's a Asian movie over there. So remake. Robin Hood. They've done so many times.
So many.
They recently did one.
Sir Sean Connery.
They recently did one with Jamie Foxx and Taron Egerton.
Love him.
Was not really well received.
No, unfortunately, but I thought it was pretty good.
Valley Girl, which they just released this year actually, the remake for. I think it's a musical from the 80s or something like that.
Okay. And I haven't heard of this?
I'm
a huge show tune.
The girl from what's the movie? Jessica Raw from Happy Death Day. The main character, she's one of the main characters in this movie.
Okay.
I don't know if you know about this, but they're remaking West Side Story.
I heard about it.
With my man Ansel.
Ew, seriously, it's him?
It's him.
I mean, oh.
And it's another girl that they discovered.
Yeah.
She's playing a role. And when a stranger calls. So all.
You're about to say they're doing that one again.
They should. Any horror movie is giving her a chance. Any horror movie I named that hasn't got a remake yet, do it now.
Okay, so with West Side Story, isn't that Disney? Is it Disney?
I don't know. It's directed by Steven Spielberg, though. It's a big deal.
Oh, really?
December 21st this year. Wow. Still on track, so hopefully that'll probably be a big boost. I don't know.
Everybody, why are people acting like this?
It's just gonna go away. Like
yes.
People were like, "Oh, it's in the summer."
Yeah, wait until July when the heat
summer
kills it. And fun fact, this has been one of the hottest summers in history of summers.
Oh, did you hear about Death Valley? Got the
130, baby.
Was the third highest recorded temperature on UDS?
I thought it was the highest.
Is it the highest? It's even worse.
I heard it was the highest that's ever gotten.
Freaking very hot.
Yeah, and what? Y'all still got Corona over there?
Yeah.
Oh, surprise! Surprise!
Why
don't we just wait until it gets cold again, and then the cold will kill it?
So dumb.
That's not how it works, guys. That's not how viruses work. Fun fact: viruses are so much more smaller than bacteria. That's how they can infect bacteria or infect, hosts. You, me, hosts. Whatever. But like, okay, for example, if the bacteria is the size of Earth, then a virus is probably as big as Hawaii. Like, you bring all the islands of
What?
Hawaii together. Yeah, that's how small a virus is compared to a bacteria.
Okay.
I don't know why.
That's like COVID.
Thank you. 1 semester microbiology.
That's a COVID break for you. So these are upcoming remakes and spinoffs that are coming out.
Oh, great.
Supposedly coming out or in the works. So they're supposed to be doing a female-led 21 Jump Street. Which 21 Jump Street was a great remake.
I thought it was awesome.
What's
their names? Channing Tatum
and Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a weird combination, but it just worked very well.
Yes.
I'm really upset that they didn't do a third one or the spinoff with Men in Black, which I thought would have been such a great movie. It was such a strange concept that it would have worked.
Maybe they didn't do it because it doesn't work.
Well, no, maybe they didn't do it because freaking Sony, they leaked the Sony emails that they were supposed to do it, so they said forget it.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is up with Sony? They're so touchy, so sensitive. Oh, Spider-Man doesn't make $1 billion. We're putting him out. Disney. Oh, we're gonna put him out anyway.
And then the fans was like, don't do it. And they're like, okay.
So sensitive.
Chumps. So yeah, the 21 Jump Street is supposed to feature, like I said, female-led. It's supposed to be Tiffany Haddish, and they were talking to Aquafina to do it, which is a weird combination, but it worked with Hill and Tatum. So this is probably the first Tiffany Haddish movie that I would run out to see because it's 21 Jump Street. That's it.
What if she was the Ice Cube character?
It's even better.
That would be funny.
She would fit in that role because she did a great job as a ghetto person in Keanu was in the Girl Trip where she was like really loud and ghetto.
Call her loud.
Okay, loud and what do you want to use for it?
Bold, rambunctious. Wait, what does rambunctious mean?
Sure. Anyway.
Wait a minute.
Rambunctious.
Is it rambunctious or rambunctious?
Rambunctious.
What does rambunctious mean?
It's like rowdy. Loud and rowdy.
Here's the definition of rambunctious. Informal. Uncontrollably exuberant. Boisterous.
See? That's her.
Anyway. Another remake coming out soon. Candyman. Very excited because Jordan Peele is the executive producer and the woman who's directing it. I don't know her name, but it looks like it's going to be. The trailers make it look really, really interesting.
From the producers of Get Out.
You're going to be using that for the next 25 years. every Jason Blum movie that's come out, Blumhouse Productions has like some producer of Get Out.
The same studio house that gave you Get Out.
That's what they said. We're happy after. We did.
Was it really?
We made Get Out. You remember that movie? Did you like that? You like this movie?
You know the garbage guy who worked on Get Out? Yeah, he worked on this movie too. He took out all our garbage.
Same garbage. I feel like that's the thing. But yeah, Candyman, looking forward to it. Fingers crossed that it comes out this year because we already got robbed of a black horror movie this year in Spiral.
Yeah.
I hope a freaking year pushback is that's killer.
Well, I understand. They're giving COVID a time to be COVID.
Yeah, the studios are being smart.
Yeah.
So good on them. But I really want to see Black Soul a lot.
Black Soul.
Black Soul. I'm just calling it Black Soul.
Oh, can you just call it Spiral?
I like Black Soul better because Chris Rock and Samuel Jackson in a horror movie. This is amazing.
That is great. I am so excited.
So Bloodsport, which is a famous '80s movie, supposed to be getting a remake.
Really?
Without Jean-Claude
Van Damme?
He's not going to be in the remake apparently.
He's on my list.
Yeah.
Oh, he is on my list.
We even talked about Jean-Claude, didn't we?
No, we did not.
Oh,
I love me some Jean-Claude Van Damme.
So yeah, that Bloodsport movie is a great movie. I really like that last fight scene too.
I've never seen Bloodsport.
You don't have to see it. Just watch the last fight scene.
It's on Netflix.
Watch the last fight scene.
No, I'm gonna watch it.
A pretty big movie in the '90s, Clueless, is getting a remake. Apparently.
Why?
Why not?
Wait, no, you said remake, not reboot.
Remake.
Why?
Why not? Money, make it like Mean Girls.
No.
Don't know, Rob. I'm just saying. People...
Only because Clueless was just leave it alone. Just one of those movies that you just leave alone.
Well,
every
movie is off. There's no movie that's
off limits.
Off limits. Thank you. You like this movie? The Craft is getting a remake.
I heard about that. They've been saying that for years.
It's supposed to come out 2021. I don't know any of the people in it. I was looking at the cast and it's
do you have names? Maybe I know them.
No, they didn't have Wikipedia pages, so.
What about IMDb?
The one girl woman is in it, Michelle Monaghan. Is that her name? Michelle Monaghan. If you saw her face, you'd be like, oh yeah.
I think I know who she is. She was in a couple of the Mission Impossible movies.
Put that series on there because I haven't seen any of those.
Jesus Christ.
Gremlins is getting a remake because it's about time. Highlander, there could only be one. Cut the head off. You ever seen it?
Heartlander?
Highlander.
No. I've seen Outlander. Love Outlander.
One of the most controversial remakes, Home Alone.
It is.
Another one that they kind of announced near the 30-year anniversary of Home Alone.
I wonder why they did that.
Well, the good thing about this remake is, I don't even know if it's a remake or if it's like, what's a remake? But Macaulay Culkin is going to be in it as Kevin McAllister. Word. So, don't know how it's going to work, but I'm looking for.
Someone dust off Joe Pesci real quick.
So, somebody. And Daniel Craig. Not Daniel Craig. What's his name? Daniel Stern. Excuse me. That's his name.
Who's Daniel Craig? Why do I know that name?
Who's Daniel Craig, Robyn?
I know that name.
Who's Daniel Craig, Robyn? Effing James Bond.
Oh!
My God.
I was.
Come on, fight. So Home Alone has that's another remake that has like big shoes to fill, obviously.
Absolutely.
Because 1 and 2 are so important to my childhood, many childhoods of people who were born in that era.
Mm-hmm. I remember the first time I actually like sat down and like really watched it, focused and paid attention. I laughed so hard, especially with the second one. I peed a little.
Second one is so funny outside the Donald Trump cameo, but like again, Suck Brick Kid, one of the greatest comedy scenes, one of the greatest comedy moments in any movie. First of all, he had been dead. Can we just talk about that? Kevin McAllister is like a murderer. And I love the fan theory that Kevin McAllister had turned out to be Jigsaw because it makes so much sense.
No.
That would be a nice little funny thing.
Surprise!
Funny thing they could add it to either Black Saw or.
Oh God! Post credit scene, you just see Macaulay Culkin appear out of nowhere and put the mask on.
That would be great. What about him? Have a nice little resurgence, and 30 years after he was really famous, because he's going to be in American Horror Story, the new season coming out.
Ah, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so good for him. And he's got a YouTube channel.
He does.
So
something about bunnies.
Bunny ears.
Okay.
So good for him. Have a nice little resurgence. I'm really looking forward to Home Alone. Very touchy. I would say I said I was intrigued with Fresh Prince. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for Home Alone.
Is he almost 40?
Yeah, well, he was 12 in 1990, or like 8 or 9 in 1990.
He was not 12. Well, he might have been. I feel like he was just short for his age.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Lilo and Stitch getting a remake because, of course, Disney has to, again, your turn to be hoard out. Come on in here. You gotta.
They're all just waiting in a line.
Is it our turn yet, Mickey?
I don't want to do this, sir.
Shut up! Don't make me $1 billion.
And don't come back home till you do.
With that being said, we talked about before, Little Mermaid as well. It's getting a remake.
Yes.
Whatever you call it.
A remake.
And I know it was obviously controversial because black mermaids, but again, that's another thing you have to suspend your disbelief on because mermaids aren't real.
I think mermaids may be real. However,
let's not go there.
Let's not put nationality and ethnicities on mermaids.
Come on now.
Because if you're going to put a nationality or ethnicity on mermaids, then it would be ocean.
What's your nationality?
Ocean.
Shut up.
Or Oceania. Or
I'm gonna die.
Or
Oceania.
what is that city under the city?
Atlantis.
Atlantic.
Atlantean.
Atlantean. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, you can't have a black. You can't have a white. You can't have an Asian. Ocean. They were born and raised in the ocean, like all other.
That's just funny.
I'm just saying that's so dumb.
Ocean.
Ocean.
All right. So 2 more. They're remaking Mortal Kombat.
Oh really?
For next year's release.
I didn't hate the original Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, nobody hates the Mortal. It's Annihilation that everybody hates.
And the second one.
Yeah, everybody freaking hate it because there's no direction. It's just all over the place. Let's not even talk about Mortal Kombat Annihilation. But how about you want to know how bad it was? It killed the franchise. Yeah, it was supposed to be a 3rd movie. I forget what it was supposed to. Devastation. Mortal Kombat Devastation.
That sounds like it could have been. Well, I like the name.
The name is great, but
yeah. Because even Mortal Kombat Annihilation, that's a nice name.
It's great because it deals with like murder and death and
It
stuff.
does.
So, supposed to come out next year. It's obviously highly look forward to because it's been 97 was I think the last movie came out. So we're talking about 24 years from between like movies. So that remake is a pretty big deal, and as video game fans, you know, I support because Mortal Kombat 1 is one of the successful video game movies of all time compared to all the crap we got between them. So.
Super Mario Brothers.
Let's not even talk about that trash.
I didn't hate it. I remember watching that when I was young, and I was like really scared by
Watch it now. Watch it now. It's a travesty to Mario and everything about it. It's so bad that Nintendo was like, all right, they're doing another Mario movie, but it's going to be animated and it's made by the people at Illumination Studios who have done the Minion series.
Okay.
So they
wised up.
They're not doing no live action. It doesn't make any sense. Such a dumb idea. Rest in peace to the guy who played Mario, though. He died, I think.
Oh, he died?
2 years ago, something like that.
Wasn't John Leguizamo?
Leguizamo was Luigi.
Oh, Mario. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Last one I have on my list is Spawn. So they are supposed to be remaking Spawn. Jamie Foxx is supposed to be the main character of Spawn because you gotta keep being, it's great.
Yeah,
he's already getting buff for the Mike Tyson movie, his Mike Tyson movie coming out.
I'm sorry, what?
Jamie Foxx is playing Mike Tyson.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, you look at one of his Instagram pictures. He's cut.
He's buffing up, beefing up.
He's cut. So it might be a good chance to make the film back to back. That's Spawn.
Oh.
Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye, he's supposed to be playing a role in that movie as well.
In Spawn?
Yeah, apparently. But it's been off and on for since 2016 or something like that, 17. So hopefully it comes out.
Okay.
I didn't really watch Spawn growing up. I don't think I've seen. It's only one Spawn movie.
I think so. Yeah.
White. I haven't seen it. I've only seen bits and pieces of it, but
me too.
I think it's
I fall asleep to it every time.
If they go hard R.
As in rating.
Yeah.
Okay, say that then.
I think you know what? I think I've read something that they had stopped production because Joker had made like $1 billion, so they changed what they were going to do.
Admit it, a rated R.
Like hard, like, yeah, because I think again, Deadpool and Joker really showed like, hey, people will watch a rated R superhero movie.
That's what we want.
Yeah, and Logan as well.
Because I mean, think about who you're making these superhero movies for. I understand that it's in the traditional sense, it's geared towards kids, but we were the kids who like. I feel like the 90s was such a huge time for superheroes when it comes to animation, and now that we're grown. You still gotta cater to us, dog. Like, come on.
But you know, I told you about the marketing thing.
I know.
You can't make toys, and that's bread. That's a lot of bread and butter that people don't talk about. Toys.
But who wants a toy Spawn?
I think toy Spawn. Spawn's pretty. His design is pretty cool.
I'm sorry. What child?
Well, you see Spawn's design. It's pretty, I think it's pretty cool looking.
He is cool looking.
Demonic and devilish. Yeah, Kino one.
Okay, thank you. Right. Thank you. I don't think the Karens want their kids playing
definitely
with...
not. Karens can't
All right.
I can't breathe during their SpongeBob.
Amazing, by the way.
Thank you. Good job, Nickelodeon.
Yes, good job, Nickelodeon.
Wrapping up this episode. But,
oh, yeah, because it's getting dark. You starting not to be able to see me.
You want to turn the light?
No. We're just ending. We're ending. And I'll move into the light.
Watch out for the microphone there.
Sorry.
But... remakes are popular, and you can see like by this list, there's no stop. And
is there a movie that you want to get remade that's not on that list?
Goldmember. I think.
Okay. Goldmember.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I pulled a you. Goldfinger. I think
because I was literally like, oh yeah, that James Bond movie. No.
I think Austin Powers deserves another shot as well. I don't think it will really.
Not with Michael Myers.
No, somebody else can do it.
Okay.
But that's not what I'm talking about. I would like the first James Bond movie. Whoever takes over the next one should be Goldfinger. You want to talk about because if it's the greatest movie of all time, but whoever the first Bond is, throw him in there. See if you can fit.
I don't know if Sam can handle that.
I think Idris could.
Shut up. I mean.
Do you prefer Mr. Sam?
I prefer Sam over Idris.
You're a racist.
I do think Idris should get a one-off, only because even Idris said, okay, fine, he can get Goldfinger. Okay. But even Idris said like he's too old. He's what, 50?
Roger Moore?
You right. You're right. You right as hell. I completely forgot.
Yeah, Goldfinger. They're already doing Home Alone because that was on my list as well.
Okay.
Oh,
No, but one that isn't getting remade.
Sky High.
Alright. I like Sky High too. I really like
Sky
that.
High would be and for our Disney Plus series.
Sky
not
High.
a show. Make it a series on Disney Plus. I'm all in.
I feel like if they make it a series on Disney Plus, it's gonna be really campy, really kiddie.
I think they can do like a mid thing. Sky High is really campy, really kiddie.
It's not really kiddie.
It's kiddie enough.
It's not really
They
kiddie.
don't kill anybody in the movie.
Well, no, but it's still not really kiddie.
It's like,
it's more like
Incredibles.
Yeah.
That's kiddie.
No, it's not. Alright, I'm thinking about the TV shows that they have on Disney now.
I'm not talking about that.
They're really kiddie.
Okay. No, I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
Disney Plus is a whole different thing now because you got to pay for it.
Alright.
I think as a series, I would trust them to do Sky High justice.
Okay.
So what about you? Is there?
I just thought of one, and because I completely forgot. That's why I asked you, because I knew you were going to ask me, and I was going to say it.
Reboot First Kid.
Thank you for joining us for another episode.
Give my man Sinbad some work. I told you look.
He had work and the show got canceled.
Look, I got a great idea for another movie, First Kid, right?
Oh
all right.
God.
So the kid, you obviously First Kid, right, with Sinbad and the white boy, right? If the white boy is now the president and his son is the first kid now, Sinbad could show the ropes to a young black guy who's trying to be
Kevin Hart.
I'm not. No, I like the guy.
It would be Kevin Hart.
No, I told you my pick already, Robyn.
I'm sorry, who?
The guy does impersonations.
Jay Farrow.
Yes. Put Jay Farrow in that role. First Kid, again. Somebody could take, that's $1 million idea. Somebody can go put it, give it to Disney, because First Kid is on Disney Plus, and everybody's doing remakes now. Put it right on Disney Plus. Did you think of it in your time? Did you think
No, I still can't. I'm really trying to, but now that you said First Kid, I'm all discombobulated.
That's a classic movie. Or Blank Check without statutory rape. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Fatman and Robyn podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, below it's a little dark in here, but we'll continue to like, share, subscribe all the videos. Give us your comments what you think would be a good remake that you would want to see in the future. Because if you say it, is 9 times out of 10 it will probably happen.
Yeah, start some traction on Twitter.
It will. Anything you remake it to be black.
Yes.
So. Continue to follow us on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. Thank you for all those who continue to support us. Follow us on Twitter, Fatman and Robyn, all one word, and Robyn was with a Y because
I'm fancy.
Thank you so much for joining us. I've been Marcus Stevens, represented as the Fatman.
Stevens is with a PH because
That's how I was born.
And
I'm fancy.
There you go.
I'm Marcus Stevens, represented as the Fatman.
And I'm Robyn, represented by the Robyn. And that's my name from now on.
Remake First Kid. # Remake First Kid.
Okay, bye.
Tell somebody Sinbad.